As I was preparing for this episode of the Interludes Podcast, I was thinking about music, especially women in music. And this year, 3 women that I know and love, recording artists, have now been considered to be voted on to be inducted into the 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. One of those women is Mariah Carey. Now, when I saw her name on the list, I said, you know what? I think I can go to my own CD collection and pull out one of my favorites. Yeah, a lot of people think, oh, it's going to be one of those hits, right? It's like that. Till it could be another song, Emotions, Fantasy. No, it's from the 1991 release of Emotions, the album, and it is a song called Till the End of Time. I feel like it's one of the deep cuts. And with Mariah, I feel like she is one of the 3 women that I would personally vote for this 2026 induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The song, Till the End of Time, brings back so many positive memories from college. I believe I was going into my junior year when this song and the album came out. I bought the CD and would listen to that particular song, and I think there was someone in mind. But this morning when I thought about the song, it made me miss her. I know music is powerful. It has the ability to move and change, grow, and be a reminder of the soundtrack of our lives, no matter what we were doing. Along with Mariah Carey, there's 2 other women I'd love you to consider, to vote for, to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for this year. Come on, let's have a chat. I'm Val the Voice Johnson, and this is the Interludes Podcast on Spotify. The Interludes Podcast,
a Pure Lighthouse production.
This episode is brought to you by PureLighthouseMedia.com, home to the book, A DJ Saved My Life, where the ABCs of podcasting and the personal memoir come together perfectly. If you want to start your podcast journey, schedule a 15-minute call with me, research our podcasting blog tips. It's all on our fully remodeled website today.
And now, all the way from the south side of Chicago, give it up for your host, Val the Voice Johnson.
(2026). The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now has a list of inductees that people like you and me can vote on. I forget exactly when the voting is over, but for right now, you can go to the website and see all of the wonderful choices that they have. And I want to take this time to petition for 3 women in particular: Sade, Mariah Carey, and Lauryn Hill. Now, let's see. I was thinking it's Women's History Month, so I'm going to focus on the women inductees, the ones that are on the list. And I've already done my vote. I probably can do another vote too. I think you get up to like 3 or 4 votes. I'm not sure. Sade, Stronger Than Pride. I remember this coming out in 88, I believe. And I remember getting this on cassette as well as record. See, that's Sade Adu. That was the band, her and 3 other members. And let's see, if we were to think of some of her big hits, some that come to mind, not from this particular CD, would be Smooth Operator. It would also be Is It a Crime? Oh, I love that one. Then there is Sweetest Taboo. What else was on here? Nothing Can Come Between Us. I love her harmonizing with her male background vocals. He was really good. And what's another one? The Sweetest Taboo. And then, of course, my other personal favorite, Cherish the Day. One of her songs, No Ordinary Love, was one of those songs that was used for weddings. It sounded a little stalkery, but we loved it. It was Sade. And here's the thing about Sade. Always smooth, always classy. She could go away for years, come back, and we fall all back in love with her. In fact, I got a friend of mine who loved Sade. I think he would close out his shows with a Sade track. And he would always grab one of those deep songs that wasn't necessarily a single, but he loved him some Sade. And here's the thing. Sade had a way of putting you in the mood. Like, I feel like there's a lot of children that are here, they're all in their 40s, that are present because of Sade. Now, some of them are in their 30s because I forgot about No Ordinary Love, that album. Yes. Love Deluxe. That was the album, Love Deluxe. So I am petitioning for Sade, and I think you should consider her for the 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Please vote for her. And I'm just cheering her on. Now, who else am I going to go with? Now, Sade, I think, started recording in like the early to mid 80s. We got blessed with her music, I think, as early as 85, 86. Now, flash forward to like, I don't know, a couple of years, maybe 7 or 8 years later. And there was a young girl out of South Orange, Jersey. I just found this out this morning. I was watching an interview and found out that Lauryn Hill is from Jersey, South Orange, Jersey. Before I get to Lauryn Hill, at the same time in 1990, Mariah Carey started recording. Now, she had been shopping her music around and was writing music for other people. But then eventually she came out with her self-entitled album. And then, of course, I mentioned earlier that one of my favorite tracks from Mariah Carey off of the Emotions album was Till the End of Time. That was one of my favorites. I just love the lyrics. And I feel sorry for my younger generation. If you don't buy a record album or if you don't buy a CD, you miss out on the lyrics and who wrote the song. Like, for folks that are listening, I'm showing the spread of the Emotions CD, like what comes inside of the CD. A lot of people now just stream or download the music and there's nothing that you can touch or look at. And I'm a nerd. I'm going to read and see, all right, who wrote your music on here? Who did this? And Mariah Carey, I have to say, is one of the most awarded solo artists in our generation. She's a Gen Xer because me and her are born around the same time and still recording, still actively out there. And of course, we thank Mariah Carey around Christmas because she took her 1994 recording Christmas album and her single, All I Want for Christmas, has become a classic. So she does a whole concert from November to December of her doing Christmas music. I say ride that pony until you can't ride it no more, Mariah. So definitely she needs to be considered for your Rock and Roll Hall of Fame vote. I got one more person, and I got a bigger ask when we come back.
Are you a small business owner looking to grow? Introducing the Key Spot mobile app. I'm Cynthia McAllister, owner of the IT company Quality SAP. Since 2016, we have been supporting small businesses and help them promote and share their businesses, services, and events across the country. Key Spot is more than just an app. We are a network providing community. Key Spot, connecting communities and supporting small businesses.
Welcome back. All right. We got 2 votes. Sade and Mariah Carey. I introduced those 2. I'm really going to make a case for this young lady, Lauryn Hill. And I just found out she's from South Orange, Jersey. I totally forgot about that. And I found out that she was going on auditions and she recorded music for the Sister Act soundtrack, but she auditioned for that role and got it. And I love that movie, The Sister Act. So Sister Act 2 came out, but we had no clue. Now, here we go. This is the Fugees. Now that is that's who she started recording with. And this was the translator crew, Blunted on Reality. Now, I'm able to go into my own record collection and see what I have. And with Lauryn Hill, she kind of established herself with the group, and then she broke off and became a solo artist. But a lot of people don't remember this particular album. This was the very first one. I think this debuted in 94. The one that everyone knows her for is when she recorded with the Fugees and they did the score. Wow. And of course, Fuji La, that was a single off of here. And of course, How Many Mics? And then Ready or Not. I could still hear that playing in the background. Like I could play that right now. Her vocals on that is beautiful. And of course, they remade Killing Me Softly. Now, one of the reasons why I would push for Lauryn Hill is earlier this year, and actually just last month at the Grammy Awards, she coordinated and handled a beautiful tribute to not only D'Angelo, who wrote one of her songs on her Grammy Award-winning album, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, but also handled the beautiful tribute to Roberta Flack, who originally wrote Killing Me Softly in the early 70s. How did you coordinate, I think, well over 12 to 15 artists? They were on stage and she would introduce them. She sang a little bit and then just kind of yielded the floor. And so I was thinking, Lauryn's music after the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, she focused on her life, having children, and she recorded music afterwards. But I felt like from the early 90s all the way to, I think, even writing music for other artists, she definitely did that. Lauryn decided, I'm going to take back control of my life and I'm going to call the shots. I'm going to own my music. And it's kind of sad. I think Praz Mitchell, we covered him on one of our shows with Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesdays. I think he unfortunately is serving time for something he did with Haiti and then also with us, the United States. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head, but it's still Wyclef and Lauryn. So they show up as the Fugees and they perform. And that tribute was really good because they also included Angie Stone, Dwayne Wiggins, because Raphael Sadiq was present during the tribute. And who else? I felt like there was one other person that they honored. But Lauryn held it like she ran it like a boss. And here's the thing. Of course, every artist that appeared, you know, she was like, okay. But it was just good to hear her introduce everyone. I think John Legend and Shaka Khan performed. That was really cool. I saw that. And Bilal. He did the Untitled song from D'Angelo, How Does It Feel? He hit those notes similar and then his own spit on it. It was amazing. It was amazing. So I believe Lauryn Hill is a well-respected woman in the music industry. And I think they recently did a tour. I think it was either last year in 2025 or I think the year before. And I have seen them in person perform, which is a great, great concert because Wyclef recorded music. I think Pras recorded some music as well. Definitely. Yes, he did. That was a Ghetto Superstar. I remember that song because Maya was on the vocals on that. Lauryn should definitely be considered for the 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think she should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm glad her name came up. I'm glad we're voting on her, along with Sade and along with Mariah Carey. Now, I'll probably come up with some more. And here's the thing. I'd love for you guys to check out, because this is where the idea for this podcast came from. During my live show with Talk on Tuesdays, I mentioned about the 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Check it out here.
Hey, I'm Coach Tony, and this is the Pull Up Podcast Show. For every Monday, we break down the game quarter by quarter and give you information as well as break down the coach. Join us on the Pull Up Podcast Show.
Pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. Bounce the boys and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. I said bounce the boys and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up
Guys, go ahead and vote. Vote. Wait a minute, Dave, you're voting for Cher? What in the world? Coach, who you voting for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, man? Who you voting for?
I'm with Dave. I'm going to vote for fine ass Cher.
She's not on the ballot. I don't think she's on the ballot.
I don't care. 70-something years old with a 39-year-old boyfriend. Cher got all my votes. They say her mama fine too at like 89.
And then Kevin said, I think Phil Collins needs to be in the Hall of Fame. I can feel calling in the air of the night. You are so corny, Kevin. I love it.
Let me tell you something, Kevin. I don't mean to date myself, but I got a chance to see him with Genesis and Sting back in the 80s.
You saw them?
Yep, saw them at Poplar Creek in Chicago. Remember
Poplar
Creek?
That is wonderful.
Yeah, that was a hell of a concert. That was way back in the day when he actually pulled the guy on stage and sang Into the Air, the true story about losing his cousin and what the guy did to him. The guy came up on the stage and sang to him, had no idea what he's talking about. The dude started crying and he told the story. He had to follow along. It was pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. So I've placed it in the chat, Coach, that you can go and vote for who you want. And I love that they have the fan vote. So I have that it is vote.rockhall.com. You guys can go ahead and get it out. And then Kevin gave you a compliment. He said, nice, Coach. That must have been a fun concert.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when, as I tell the kids, that's when bands really played music.
Oh boy. If you are a fan like I am when it comes to music, I think we should take advantage and vote in the 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. As I said, I think we need to have fun with it. And of course, hopefully I gave a really good petition for the 3 women that I saw on the list. Now, you have until April 3rd, 2026 to go to vote.rockhall.com, sign in and vote for your favorite artists. Right now, at the very beginning of March, who is leading is Phil Collins. I love Phil Collins. I thought he was already in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but apparently not. We're voting on him. Behind Phil Collins is New Edition, another group that definitely should have been in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. After that, Pink. I like her. She's hosting the Kelly Clarkson show this week, which is fun. Billy Idol and Sade is in the area of winning votes. And so I like that. It's a 2026 fan vote. And there are other folks that are in the running. Lauryn Hill and Mariah Carey, they're just outside of the top 7. And then there is, who else? Well, Luther Vandross is in the top as well. And Shakira is in here as well. And this is interesting. Phil Collins has over 240,000 votes at the beginning of the month of March. So I'm curious to know what those final votes are going to look like in about a month from now when things close. So Sade, Mariah Carey, and Lauryn Hill. I'm petitioning for you to go to vote.rockhall.com and vote for these phenomenal women. And, if you're thinking, I'm going to go with other people, just take advantage of the opportunity to vote. Your voice matters. Do I sound like a PSA? I know I do. And because of copyright reasons, I cannot play the soundtrack of Love Jones. You see this? I cannot play The Sweetest, one of my favorites from Lauryn Hill. I cannot play Till the End of Time, the song that I talked to you about at the beginning of this podcast from Mariah Carey. Just go and listen to it, or what we do we go and we stream it. And then Sade. When I looked at my collection, with the exception of the very first album, I have everything she's recorded. I have everything Sade has recorded. Even a couple of maxi singles. Like I have a extended version of Cherish the Day with like 4 or 5 versions. I love it. So if you love music as much as I do, let's all come together and let's talk about it. Let me know in the comments who is your favorite artist, and are they on the ballot for the 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This has been a fun episode, and I hope you guys had a blast kind of reminiscing in the back of your head to some of the music that I referenced. And so I'm grateful that you joined me on this edition of the Interludes Podcast. And for now, I'm Val the Voice Johnson signing off. This is the Interludes Podcast on Spotify. The Interludes Podcast, we have a new episode that's coming out, and it's all about
Jesse
Jackson. Yes, I Am Somebody, the legacy of Reverend Jesse Jackson. And the QR code, and go ahead and listen to or watch on Spotify. And of course, I shared my appreciation about the civil rights icon. The last of his honored things are happening in South Carolina and DC this week. And then they wrap everything up this weekend with the people's funeral. That's going to be on Friday at Operation Rainbow Push. And then they have a private ceremony, I think, on Saturday.
And I want to shout out Nashville, because you missed it. Nashville, Tennessee. Hey, I appreciate it. Big ups for the Rev. They shut the city down last weekend from Clarksville Pike down towards Tennessee State University, and they marched and to celebrate the celebration of Dr. Jackson and what he did for Tennessee and Nashville. So you missed it, Val. I meant to get some pictures for you, but it was a great celebration.
Do you have pictures? Because I could put it on the gram for you.
Yeah, I'll get you some, but Nashville showed up. They did a very good job, and appreciate the city did a very good job of making sure that we don't forget another one of our kings. Not kings, but one of our kings.
Kings, that's right. The Interludes Podcast.
Original concept by Valerie Johnson.
Sports segments for Talk on Tuesdays, produced by Coach Tony Thompson.
Original intro and outro music produced by Kendall Nesbitt.
The Interludes Podcast, a pure Lighthouse production. This episode is brought to you by our brand new website, PureLighthouseMedia.com, the official home of A DJ Saved My Life, where the ABCs of podcasting meet personal transformation. And now available in print. Order your signed copy today and discover how finding your voice can change your life. Are you a business or entrepreneur looking to promote your work through a dynamic podcasting platform? Partner with us through sponsorship and marketing opportunities. Your message belongs in front of our audience. Got that $1 million podcast idea, but don't know where to start? Whether you need a coach, a guide, or a full-on producer, I'm here to walk you through the process and bring your podcast vision to life. Visit PureLighthouseMedia.com today to get your book, book your consultation, or connect with us about sponsorship. Let's grow together.